finally the football gods take it away and then give it back. A story of retribution in the Twin Cities. Let's get to it on a crazy day around the NFL right now. And with that, we welcome you to Game Day Highlights, presented by our good friends at CDW. I am Chris Rose. We get it started with the site of Super Bowl 55 down in Tampa Bay. Tom Brady wants to lead the Buccaneers there for another trip to the big game. But Patrick Mahomes is hoping that this was just his first of 2 trips down to Tampa. Yeah, it's the Chiefs. It's the Buccaneers. Oh, that's unbelievable. I mean, save a little for the rest of us, Tommy. As for Mahomes, he had it slinging in the first quarter because of this guy, Tyreek Hill. Already up 3-zip, and then Mahomes looks to number 10, who goes 75. Beating Carlton Davis on that one, which he was doing throughout the first 15 minutes. Longest play from scrimmage for the Chiefs all year, and Brady's like, oh gosh, we already down 10-zip? Yeah, speed does something. Yeah, when you got weapons like that, you can dial it up. Next Chiefs possession, it's 3rd and 8, and it's the law firm of Mahomes and Hill again, beating Davis, and then getting past Mike Edwards, and then the Simone Biles flip. Speaking of Flipper Anderson, 336 receiving yards, most ever in NFL history. Why is that important? Because Hill had 203 in the first quarter, and there he is lined up in the slot and going right across the field, and man, that's how it gets done. As I mentioned, 7 snags for 203 in the first quarter alone, most by a player since Lee Evans in 2006. 17-zip now in the second, 1st and goal at the Bucs 8. Mahomes looking to add more, but he gets dropped and drops the ball. William Golston recovers, and Tampa is breathing a sigh of relief, and we have life for the Buccaneers. Brady, Ronald Jones, watch this move. Whoosh! And right down the sidelines, tippy-toeing in. Was he in? Did he keep his feet? There's 1, there's 2, he's in, there's 3. I sound like I'm in excruciating pain. I'm really not. It was a great move, and Ronald Jones has him into the end zone, but Mahomes too much on this day. To Kelsey for a gain of 14. That's 359 yards in the first half, most in a regular season since 1980. Chiefs would go on to kick a field goal and be up 20-7 at the break. Third quarter, it's now 20-10. Mahomes, are you kidding me? The trifecta? Unbelievable. Tyreek with 13 for 269, and he's doing his best Shannon Sharp.
Falling down on the sideline.
Help is on the way.
Telling the fans, help is on the way.
Yeah, okay, Carlton, pick up your head, man. You're not the only DB who's been toasted like that over the years. Then how about this? The old ricochet shot picked off by Tyrann Mathieu, who, of course, was coached by current Bucs coach Bruce Arians, one of his favorite players of all time, except on this. Look at this, right off of Sorensen's dome. And it's another INT thrown by Brady, although he and Mike Evans are wondering what happened there? It's a good question. On to the 4th. Instead of asking questions, Mike Evans has some answers on 4th and 3. And what is this? It's an Evans touchdown from outside the 10-yard line, which I don't think we've seen all year. The Bucs are within 10. Next Bucs possession, it's 2nd and goal, and Brady, this is more like at home. 3 catches for 50 yards, 2 of which ended up in the end zone for Evans, so Tampa's within 3. Next Chiefs drive, 3:15 on the clock, 2nd and 6. It's the most underrated part of Patrick Mahomes' game, keeping plays alive and utilizing his legs. All we do is think about that cannon on his right shoulder, but he moves the chains. And then 3 plays later, after you take another look at Mahomes doing his thing. By the way, he carried 4 times for 28 yards. With just over a minute to go, it's 3rd and 7, and it's Mahomes and Hill yet again. Mahomes threw for 462. They've won 16 of their last 17 regular season games. From those 2 quarterbacks to quarterback issues in Denver, struck down by COVID in that quarterback room. A bunch of guys couldn't play, so the rookie wideout, that's right, Kendall Hinton, was out there and activated. He's now a wide receiver, but Von Miller said, hey, listen, I'll play. I'm Von Elway. I'm good. He's been injured all year. As for Hinton, he actually didn't get the start in this one. Now, he did make 4 starts at Wake Forest in his college career, threw 8 touchdowns, got picked off 7 times, changed to receiver, had a 1,000-yard season for the Deacons. But now he's been elevated from the practice squad to the big game, and he doesn't get the start. It's Phillip Lindsay. We're running the Wildcat against the Saints, who've given up the fewest points in the NFL since week 6. The perfect team to play without a regular quarterback. Then it's Royce Freeman on 2nd and 7. He was the emergency quarterback coming into this one, and finally we get to see Hinton. Okay, he's like, what does this say? What does this play? 3rd and 3, and just throw it away, kid. It's probably the right move. Hinton's a little bummed, but hey, listen. No turnovers, that's okay in this game. Maybe your defense can win it for you with plays like this. Taysom Hill, who, it's crazy to say, but he's like the veteran quarterback in this game. Gets sacked by Bradley Chubb. By the way, fewest completions, attempts, and passing yards in any first quarter this season. 2, 5, and 5 respectively. On to the second in a scoreless game. This is better for Taysom Hill. He had 2 rushing touchdowns last week. He's got another one here, and the Saints are up 7-zip. More than enough against a depleted Denver offense? Yes. Hinton throws it into the ground. Tim Patrick needed to be Trevor Story or Nolan Arenado to pick that one. And then on 3rd and 1, Phillip Lindsay with a bad snap. Quan Alexander picks it up. It's all about the Quan, but he gets tripped up by the newly minted Garrett Bowles. Broncos, by the way, entered Sunday with the most turnovers in the NFL. And then Taysom Hill turns that into points. He still hasn't thrown an NFL touchdown pass, but he has a couple more rushing touchdowns and a 14-zip lead. Next Broncos drive right before the half. They're throwing it, and Hinton gets picked off by the Jackrabbit, Janoris Jenkins. So the Broncos finish the first half with no completions. First time that's happened in the NFL since Denver did it with Tim Tebow in 2011. So, hey, you're right alongside a Heisman Trophy winner who looks great running without his shirt on. On to the third. Hinton, we've got a completion. It's to Noah Fant. It's a gain of 13 yards. His first in 8 attempts, and a little smile for the kid. Good for him, because this is, do not blame him. Do not make jokes about this kid. He was set up to fail this week. Here picked up by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. The Broncos finished with 2 picks and just 1 completion. Last team to have more picks than completions, the 98 Chargers with Ryan Leaf in a game. Here comes Latavius Murray, the jump cut. He's into the end zone. 19 carries, $124 and 2 scores. The Saints remain the top team in the NFC. As for the Broncos, Coach, how do you describe what we saw?
Well, I was disappointed on a couple levels in that our quarterbacks put us in this position, our quarterbacks put the league in that position. You know, we count on them to be the leaders of the team and, you know, leaders of the offense. And those guys made a mistake, and that is disappointing.
Cover your eyes, or you can listen. Either way, Broncos and Saints, fewest combined passing yards in a game in 41 years. Fewest combined completions in 15, fewest combined pass attempts in 38 years. It was brutal. All right, NFC playoff picture. Saints, remain the 1 seed. The Seahawks are now up as the 2 seed. We'll explain why momentarily. And yes, the G-Men are a division leader. You will see why and how coming up in a bit. Check in on the Cardinals and the Patriots. Cliff Kingsbury, oh yeah, he used to be Tom Brady's teammate many moons ago. Now he's coaching against the team that Brady left, now quarterbacked by Cam Newton. How about a little tip drill and pick by Marcus Golden? He's got the golden touch. And that would lead to a Kenyon Drake touchdown. Newton's first INT since week 7. As for Kyler Murray, playing despite that bum shoulder, didn't run nearly as much on this day, except he ran away from the Patriots D, and then he's going to heave. Dan Arnold with a 17-yard snag. Look at that, off his back foot. 12 plays later, it's 4th and goal. Last play of the half, what are you going to do, kick? No, we're going for it, and we're going to give it to Kenyon Drake, but look at Juwan Bentley. Boom! Drops the anvil right there and keeps the Cards out of the end zone, so Cards have just a 10-7 lead at the break. Third quarter, we're now tied at 10. Cards ball, 3rd and 3. Watch the Patriots defenders. Chase Winovich, Bentley, they're just jumping. They're not even rushing the passer. They were hoping to deflect that, and they did. And it got picked by Adrian Phillips, and Cliff's like, no. That's what happens when your quarterback is a little on the vertically challenged side. Murray, after his 9th interception, has to watch the Patriots 6 plays later. James White with his 2nd touchdown of the day, and the Pats are up 17-10 through 3. Now tied at 17 in the 4th. Newton looking for Demir Bird, but it's picked by Dre Kirkpatrick. So Dr. Dre with the INT. You know, Newton, 9 of 18, a career low 84 yards, and Arizona's in business. But on the ensuing drive with just over 2 minutes to go, they're going for it on 3rd and 2. You got Adam Butler, who had a huge game, taking down Drake. So now that means Zane Gonzalez from 45 yards out, according to Next Gen Stats, almost a 69% chance of nailing it, and he does not. So the Patriots take over in a 17-17 game. Under a minute to go. Huge play here on 3rd and 13. In his own territory, Cam keeps it himself, gets toward the first down, and Isaiah Simmons, the rookie top 10 pick, flagged for unnecessary roughness. Watch at the end. Still in bounds, but he drops the helmet. That'll get the flag every time. So 3 plays later, it's Nick Folk trying the game winner from 50 yards out. Next Gen Stats says he has a better than 50-50 shot to nail it from 50. He is good from 50. Gotcha. The Patriots, they're back in playoff contention while hurting the Cardinals as well. New England improves to 5-6.
I told kicker guy, I said he's putting on a performance that's going to put him on Santa Claus Christmas list. And I'm expecting him to stay on Santa's good list here moving forward from Boogie's household. So you can be expecting something from there.
Lately, or, you know, in the games that we've lost, we've just kind of found a way to shoot ourselves in the foot. You know, in a lot of games that we feel like we should have won, or we, like I said, we come out and we, you know, shoot ourselves in the foot, and it's not a good feeling to keep doing that over and over again. And you know, we got to clean it up.
Okay, you can forget about the whole opposites attract things for the battle for supremacy in the AFC South. That's because the Colts and the Titans check in at 7-3 after each won overtime games a week ago. You can thank the right foot of the rookie, Rodrigo Blankenship, and both feet of Derrick Henry for that. Now, as far as this rivalry goes, it's been very one-sided. 20 of the last 24 have been won by the Colts, and that included a game in Nashville 17 days ago. So now Phillip Rivers and the crew going for the season sweep, which would go a long way toward clinching the division, perhaps because tiebreakers would go in their favor. First quarter in a 7-7 game, Tannehill, A.J. Brown, I'm going to say it right now. I think he might be better than his college teammate DK Metcalf. I said it. Stop yelling at me. Stop tweeting me. But the guy's got a touchdown catch in 7 of his last 8 games. Dude can run away from people as well. So can this guy. Derrick Henry, in that Thursday night loss to the Colts, did have 100 yards, but didn't find the end zone. Here he was all over the place. Look at this stiff arm on Taylor Stallworth. I'm not calling him a stiff. I'm just calling him a stiff arm on that. And a Titans first down. 4 plays later, Henry takes the lateral. Yes, that is a lateral, so that is a rushing touchdown, his 10th of the season. By the way, he's got 8 straight 100-yard games on the road. Only Barry Sanders has more in recent memory. And he gets in again. So the Titans are up 21-14. Same score, under 4.5 to go in the half. It's Henry again, busting it out for 31. Gets it close to midfield, and then 8 plays later, Henry. Okay, raise your hand at home if you would like a chance to tackle Derrick Henry. You're all liars. 140 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. That was a franchise best for this team since 1991. Then 4th and 4, waning seconds of the first half. Tannehill to Corey Davis, who goes down and gets it. That's a gain of 37. That is indeed a top catch nominee. We will see in game day final if it was good enough. So what are you going to do? Give it to Derrick Henry for a 4th time in the first? No, Tannehill's like, nah, dog, I'm good. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. All eyes squarely focused on the dude with the circle. He didn't get it. He didn't get Look to your left, guy. No, nobody listens. 35 points given up by the Colts in the first half. That's more than in any game this season by Indy. On to the fourth. Colts are down 18. Phillip Rivers threw for 295 in this day. Hits T.Y. Hilton. That's his first TD catch since week 7 of 2019. Yeah, first one in his last 14 games. So you know what? Onside kick. Let's do it. It's a great idea. What a terrible idea. Look at A.J. Brown. See ya, folks. That was fun. Titans get the 45-26 win. They take sole possession of the lead in the AFC South, thanks in part to the big old bruiser in the backfield, Derrick Henry. Most games with at least 150 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns in their first 5 seasons since 1950. Okay, if you're smack dab in the middle of 4 Hall of Famers and 4 of the greatest ever to play this sport, that ain't bad. You know who else was good? A.J. Brown. Our Tom Pelissero caught up with him.
AJ, these Colts beat you a couple of weeks ago. You guys took it to them from the start today. What was different?
We just had a nasty taste. We had a nasty taste in our mouth still. We knew there was a really good team. We knew we had to start fast and just finish at the end.
2 touchdowns for you today, including one on the onside kick. You practice the hands team stuff all the time. What goes through your head when you get your hands on the ball?
He just told me to be aggressive, attack the ball. The lane opened up, it parted like the Red Sea, so I just scored a touchdown.
Where does Derrick Henry rank on your MVP ballot right now?
First, number 1. Hey, Derrick for MVP.
Not even close.
Not even close.
If he's your closer, but he was your opener today too.
Oh, most definitely. Derrick shows up every game. He does what he's supposed to do. And he's a great running back and a great teammate. You know.
Sole possession of first place in the AFC South. How do you keep this thing rolling starting next week against Cleveland?
We just got to go back and watch film and just key in on the little details, you know, over and over again. It's a week-to-week league, and you got to show up every week. So,
congrats, AJ. Thanks.
Thank you.
Justin Herbert of the Chargers is going to get some votes as the Offensive Rookie of the Year, taking on the first-place Bills and Josh Allen, who are coming off a bye. First quarter of a scoreless game. Allen, anybody want to cover Dawson Knox? Nope, we're good. Thanks. We'll just give up the touchdown instead. 7-zip. Fourth straight opening drive where the Bills have scored a touchdown. So they got that part of the game figured out. And how about this? This is fun. Cole Beasley, he's throwing it. He's throwing it to the rookie Gabriel Davis. Third pass attempt for Beasley. And first completion. By the way, second straight game, a wide receiver has thrown a touchdown pass. Remember Isaiah McKenzie to Josh Allen? So this one's kind of boring because the quarterback didn't catch it. Josh Allen, is it a top run nominee? It is, not only because it's a 6th rushing touchdown, but because he talks trash afterward to Michael Davis. Look at this. Don't you love it when quarterbacks get flagged? Yeah. As for the Chargers, largest deficit this season, 18 points. But you know it's going to finish a one-score game because that's what the Bolts do, right? They had plenty of missed opportunities in this one. You can't hear me? Can't hear me? It's 4th and 1. Don't run that play! You want me to say it louder? Don't! The law firm of Hughes and Johnson stopping Joshua Kelly, and then later on in the 4th, 3rd and inches, and so let's pitch it to the guy 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, Joshua Kelly, who gets sniffed out by A.J. Klein. So they settle for a field goal, and the Chargers are down 7. Next Bolts possession. Actually, it's Bills. Josh Allen gets picked off by Mike Davis. I did not hear what Mr. Davis had to say to Mr. Allen after this play, except nice pass, bro. Bills with their 3rd turnover in the 4th quarter alone. But the Chargers are happy to oblige. Herbert picked off by Tre'Davious White. Sean McDermott, 4-0 after the bye, 8-3 overall. They're trying to win the division for the first time in 25 years. As for Herbert, most passing yards in his first 10 career games in history, only that guy, Patrick Mahomes, has more. He's followed by Luck and Newton. As for the AFC playoff picture, yeah, the Bills are leading their division. The Steelers will play Tuesday night. The Chiefs are right on Pittsburgh's heels. And then look at the wild card. The Browns, the Dolphins, the Colts, and you got a bunch of teams that are still in the hunt. It's going to get fun last few weeks in the NFL. Monday, you've got your Seahawks and Eagles, playoff implications in the NFC West and East. That's on ESPN. And then Tuesday night on NBC, they're going to get the Ravens and Steelers game in. As for now, check it out Tuesday night, our friends at NBC. check out the Panthers and the Vikings. Teddy Bridgewater spent his first 4 seasons as a Viking, so beloved by Mike Zimmer and that franchise. Well, today he was the opponent. Here in the third, check out Jeremy Chin. Okay, the Panthers, they strip Kirk Cousins and the rookie who's had an amazing year scores, and then the finish. The finish. Michael Jordan's like, man, maybe he can play. Next play from scrimmage, it's Dalvin Cook, who was held to just 61 yards, fewest since week 1. They didn't blow the play dead, so they strip it and Chin. That's consecutive plays and consecutive touchdowns for Jeremy Chin, so we call that a double chin. Take it from a guy who knows it. He gets into the end zone. Last rookie, by the way, to have at least 2 touchdowns in a game from the defensive side of the football. Eddie Jackson of the Bears in 2017. On to the fourth, the Vikings are down 11. Kirk Cousins to his rookie Justin Jefferson. Do we get to see the gritty? The OG of the gritty? Do we? Yes! Yes! Woo! He's pumped up too. And then, oh no, a punt. And Chad Beebe muffs it with his team down 3 and just over 2 minutes to go. Oh gosh, and now the Panthers have the ball in the red zone, and if they score a touchdown, it's going to be all done. Unreal as Carolina recovers. So Teddy Bridgewater, can you get it done? 3rd and goal. He's going to look for his favorite target, DJ Moore. Got a little banged up on this play. He had him, but he missed him. So they settled for a field goal. That means Minnesota, you got another chance. Roll the animation. Time for our orchestrated drive of the day presented by CDW. You don't want to be on the wrong side of the animation presented by CDW. Kirk Cousins to Justin Jefferson. He's got 918 receiving yards. Only Randy Moss had more among rookies in franchise history. 4 plays later, what up, cuz? To Kyle Rudolph. That's a gain of 25. Don't worry about the flag. It's on the defense. For Cousins, first time since 2016, consecutive games with 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns and no picks. Remember, there's no Thielen, but you've got Chad Beebe, who redeems himself to give the Vikings the lead. The PAT was good. Minnesota has a 1-point lead. Oh, no, but you're saying there's time on the clock? Oh, no. Do we have a double orchestrated drive of the day? Teddy B trying to do something special from his own 13. Curtis Samuel gets behind or in between the defense up near midfield. 2 plays later, Bridgewater for Robbie Anderson. Catches it but stays in bounds. Bridgewater shake it up on the play, injured his arm. Look at him holding and writhing in pain. Snap it! Spike it! They do. So Joey Sly, the muscle man, from 54 yards out to win it in the return of his quarterback. And no good. He's so mad he's going to bench 225 like 43 times to get the energy out. The Vikings with a win without Adam Thielen, who was out because of COVID. How'd you think I did the highlight, buddy?
Yes! 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 You gotta be kidding me! Yes. You gotta be kidding me! Let's go! You gotta be kidding me! You jinxed it!
Hey, the last time the Browns started 8-3, Jacksonville hadn't played his first game yet. Would Nick Chubb continue to create a rush for Cleveland fans? We'll tell you next. It's Game Day Highlights. Mayfield in Jacksonville and very much in the playoff hunt. Of course, Mayfield hadn't thrown a touchdown since Week 7 against Cincinnati, but you can erase that now. To Jarvis Landry, his first TD catch of the year. So now he has caught as many as he has thrown. And the emphatic left-handed slam. Big day for him, a day after his 28th birthday. 8 for 143 in that score. Then Baker had Hollywood Higgins, but we're not going to Hollywood. No, dog. Sorry. Next Gen Stats said it had an 86% chance of a completion. I'm just curious where the other 14% were, because he was about as wide open as you'll get down there. Browns had to settle for a field goal. Third quarter, Browns up by 1. Nick Chubb, 19 carries for 144 as he gets into Jaguar territory. 500-yard games for him this year. And remember, he missed 4 with a bad knee. And oh yeah, don't forget about Kareem Hunt, who gets it inside the 10-yard line. 10 carries, 62 yards for him. Now let's switch ends. It's what we do at the beginning of the fourth quarter. 3rd and goal, Mayfield. Quick pitch to Chubb. He gets inside the pylon. Browns lead is 8. Now it gets a little interesting. 3rd and inches. Mayfield had Hunt wide open. It was a bit behind him. So Stefanski, instead of electing to go for the field goal and give his team a 2-possession lead, he's like, we're going for it. It's 4th and inches. We can get it done. Kareem Hunt cannot get it done. He is stopped just shy. Jaguars take over. And Mike Glennon, who was making his first start since 2017, marches his team downfield. Glennon played really well, by the way. But it's now 4th and 10 at the Browns' 24. It's incomplete. Olivier Vernon actually with the sack. And you see the flag come down. Helmet to helmet. Vernon is called on this one. Of course, it probably doesn't help that Glennon's like 7'5", and you're going to get under his chin occasionally anyway. So the Jags retain possession. 3rd and 1. James Robinson. Push! I can see the touchdown. That is football labor for you. So the Jags are down 2. You got to go for 2. And Glennon does. He's looking for Colin Johnson. Instead, he's finding Andrew Zendejo. It's incomplete, but still good play by Zendejo. The Browns 8-3. They're currently the 5 seed, and they snap a streak of 12 straight losing seasons. The Jags, meanwhile, have lost 10 in a row, and now they have lost their GM as Dave Caldwell was fired after the game. He's been in that post since 2013. Trent Baalke, the former leader out in San Francisco, takes over in the interim. Coaching staff was told you guys are good at least through the season. Speaking of Trent Baalke's old team, the Niners taking on the Rams. Sean McVay, they're kind of an up-and-down team. Of course, good friends with Kyle Shanahan, who had Nick Mullins back in charge, and he had Deebo Samuel. This is a different team when he is healthy and in the game. That's a gain of 33. He is so physical for a wideout. Missed 3 games with a hammy. 3 plays later, welcome back Raheem Mostert. He makes the Mostert of this play and gets into the end zone. 16 carries, 43 yards, and that score. Guy who missed the last 4 with a bum ankle getting it done. Rams ensuing possession. Goff looking for Woods, but it's Richard Sherman. Dust him off. Missed 9 games because of a calf injury. Yeah, they're getting some pieces back. And the Niners had a 7-3 lead at the break. 3rd quarter, Goff. Didn't this happen Monday night in Tampa where he tried to throw this and got picked off? Yeah, this time it's the rookie Javon Kinlaw. Look at the speedster. Usain Bolt-like as he unathletically dives in the end zone. That's okay, kid. It still counts. Nobody's as athletic on the defensive line as that dude. Aaron Donald. No tackles in his last 2 games. He was all over the field. Forces a fumble. Troy Hill recovers, and the Rams defense gets the touchdown on the board. 4th forced fumble this season by Agent 99 as he strips Mostert. So the Rams are down just 4. It means the Niners get the ball back. And that means they got to deal with, that guy again. Aaron Donald all over Nick Mullins. His 10th sack of the season. 5th time in his career he's hit double digits. It's ridiculous. Then how about the rookie Cam Akers? He's almost gone, but not quite. 61-yard run for the 2nd rounder out of Florida State. And 2 plays later, Cam Akers, as we flip the field, punches it in his first rushing touchdown of his career. And the Rams somehow, thanks to their defense, have the lead. On to the 4th. Niners down 3. Nick Mullins to Kyle Juszczyk. Ball on the ground, out of bounds, but that is a catch. You'll see that's a football move. Takes the hit from Hill, keeps spinning. And the fullback with the best hands in the league gives the Niners a chance. It would lead to a Robbie Gould 44-yard field goal in a 2020 game. Now Goff looking for Cooper Kupp. They just weren't in sync on this day. He had only 2 catches. So the Rams drive stalls and they punt. Niners under Nick Mullins. Did I mention that they're a different team with Deebo back? 11 for 134. That's a career best day. So now 4 plays later, 4th and 1. What are you spinning up there going for it? Juszczyk. That's some athleticism and some power and a first down. As you look, they had a chance to get him short of the line to gain, but it doesn't happen. 4 plays later, Robbie Gould with 4 ticks left. The veteran lining it up from 42 yards out for the win. Go ahead, if you're a hack like me, you can say he's good as gold. And the Niners starting to get some bodies back, get a huge win. 5-6 now on the season. Hey, last Sunday, the Raiders quarterback went throw for throw with Patrick Mahomes. This week, Carr got caught in a massive pileup. You will not believe what happened to the silver and black in a bad, bad way. Well, the NFL coaching circle of life completed another revolution Sunday in Atlanta. That's because Raheem Morris faced off against his old boss, John Gruden. The love for him, I can't even express, the Falcons' interim leader said. You see, back in 2002, Gruden, then coaching the Bucs, hired the then 25-year-old Morris to help out on the defensive side of the football. Well, now his full-time future on Atlanta's sideline could hinge on games like Sunday, where they knock off the Raiders and possibly out of playoff contention, at least for the day. So, good friends staring across the field at each other. Derek Carr seems so impressive in that loss at home to Kansas City. Checked in as the 7th seed. But here on 4th and 1, Josh Jacobs, who's been so good, gets smothered under a rough play call, and John Gruden's not liking that, and there was so much more he didn't like. Like this, Carr stripped, loses the ball, Falcons recover, his 6th lost fumble this season. That is the most in the NFL. Falcons would tack on a field goal for a 6-0 lead. On to the second, it's 6-3. Younghoe Koo lining up from 40, and that's a rough miss. But, oh no. Like the Raiders' old days. We've got a penalty, roughing the kicker by Dallin Levitt, but you give it a look. Yeah, he definitely gets some leg, but this is well after the play, and so the Raiders penalized 141 yards on this day. That's going to cost them 15 and a first down. Now on 4th and 3, Matt Ryan, who didn't have any Julio Jones nor Todd Gurley, hits Calvin Ridley, his favorite receiver this season. 7th touchdown snag for him. Falcons lead is double digits. Carr, did I mention that he felt the pressure all day? Look at the big hit. Jacob Tuioti Mariner with the hit and the recovery. Falcons add another field goal. And hey, man, you didn't see the blind side. Come on, man. Let's get it going. So he tried. 3rd quarter, Carr picked off by Deion Jones, and he's looking like another former Deion who used to call Atlanta home. That's his 5th career pick 6 for Jones, who hasn't been in the league all that long. Carr just his 4th interception this year, and now the Raiders are down 20. After a Raiders field goal, Matt Ryan, Brandon Powell, 43 points for Atlanta, most by them in 4 years. On to the 4th, and this was really all about Atlanta's defense. At least that's what Ryan said after the game. Give kudos to that side of the ball. Once again, Carr pressure. That's empty hand. Leroy Reynolds recovers. Raiders score a season-low 6 points. Raheem Morris 4-2 in an interim area. As for the Raiders, they're now the 9 seed.
Our week of practice was not to the standard that we have set. That we have really had. Again, I haven't felt this way with this team yet. Where we got punched in the face and it just kept happening. And we have to give credit to Atlanta for how good of a team they are. We knew it based on the film. We knew it based on top 10 rush defense, top 10 third downs. They did a great job on 3rd down today. And honestly, when you watch the film, we're an assignment here, assignment there, a better throw here, a better throw there from a lot of points. And I think that's the most frustrating part when you get, the crap kicked out of you like that, is how close we were to some really big plays.
All right, time now for our Next Gen Stats powered by AWS, and it felt a little bit like a car wreck today. Under pressure, 4 of 9, 60 yards, and a pick. Also sacked 3 times. He lost 3 fumbles. He was pressured on 32% of his dropbacks. That is the 2nd most he has faced all season long. But once again, credit goes to the Falcons defense for having their best game of the year against a team that had been moving the ball pretty well this season. All right, the week started with Philly leading the NFC East. Then Washington took it over on Thanksgiving Day. Hey, Giants, tag, you're it, with a win over Cincinnati. See how that went. Next, happened on Thanksgiving Day. Alex Smith and Washington was in Dallas to take on Andy Dalton and the Cowboys. It was the battle for first in the NFC East. 3rd quarter, Cowboys down a touch, and the rookie CeeDee Lamb has been so good, drops what would have been the game-tying touchdown. They had to settle for a field goal. Maybe if he had done that Matrix-looking thing from the previous week in Minnesota, it would have been a tie game. How about the rookie for Washington, Antonio Gibson? First rookie to score 3 touchdowns on Thanksgiving Day since Randy Moss in 98. Washington, yeah, 3, man. 34-16. And then Andy Dalton trying to find his running back, Zeke, but instead Montez Sweat. I'll just take that, thank you. That's like dunking on somebody's head. Washington, which has faced a ton of adversity, started 3 different quarterbacks this season. Cowboys are like, yeah, tell me about it when you get to like 5 or 6. Washington had the lead in the NFC East heading into Sunday. But could the Giants swipe it from them? They were in Cincinnati to face Brandon Allen, making his 4th start. Of course, Joe Burrow, unfortunately, out for the year. Bengals get the ball after a Giants touchdown. Brandon Wilson, for the 2nd time in his career, he's gone. Longest play in franchise history, 103 yards. It's the longest since Eric Bieniemy had a 102-yard kickoff return, also against the Giants in 1997. All right, same score, tied at 7 in the second. Daniel Jones finds Evan Ingram, who had a career-high 129 yards, but he loses the rock. Von Bell with the recovery. And you're like, man, was that really a fumble? Get another look, because Ingram goes down, but Von Bell goes to the punch bowl and says, yeah, I'm thirsty. That's a great play. It would lead to a bullet field goal and a Bengals 10-7 lead. As for the Giants quarterback, Daniel Jones, 3rd straight game without a turnover. That's big for him, but so was this. Bum hamstring on this drive. He gutted it out before coming out of the game and said, man, I'm done. Get Colt McCoy warm. Let's go. Next Bengals drive, Allen looking for Tyler Boyd. It's deflected, and Nico Leros with the INT. So the Giants trying to add to their 3-point lead. There's some athleticism. That's a nice play for the undrafted rookie out of Dartmouth. Just elevated from the practice squad ahead of Sunday's game. Still 13-10. Colt McCoy, no good here on 3rd down. He did his job, 6 of 10, 31 yards. You know what you're getting out of McCoy. It led to a Gano field goal and a 6-point lead. Now it's 19-10. Allen to T. Higgins. Allen finished 17 of 29, a $136 in that score, so the Bengals are within 2. They would get the ball back under a minute to go. A field goal wins it for them. But Allen feels the pressure from Jabal Sheard, loses the rock. Leonard Williams recovers. The Giants have won 3 in a row for the first time since 2016, and they lead the division, Joe Judge.
Yeah, I would say I'm optimistic at this point right now. Now, I don't want to go ahead and say yay or nay because I don't have the medical information yet, Tom. So, again, once he talks to the doctors, we get the information. I'm sure he's going to try everything he can. But I am optimistic just knowing, what he's played through before and, how he's handled different things. But, again, I got to be fair to the player. I have to see. I don't know how he feels physically. I don't know what the severity of the injury is. So I've got to make sure I have that information. And, obviously the medical team, we don't ever want to put any player on the field if they can't properly defend themselves or compete and execute the way we need them to.
They are at Seattle next week. So this will be the 2nd time since 1970 a division leader will have 4 wins through 12 weeks. The 2014 Falcons and Panthers also 4-7, but the Panthers ended up winning that division that year. Hey, Logan Ryan, isn't this awesome?
Who cares? Who honestly cares? I mean, it's like a tie. We're in first place for a minute and then someone else plays. I don't know. I think we got Seattle next week. I think it's going to be our biggest test of the year on the road. I never played there. I played in a lot of stadiums. I haven't played in Seattle. Obviously played Russ in some big games. So I'm excited to go against Russ again. He's a great player. And I'm going to do everything in my power to watch much film and get ready, prepared to play well against him.
All right, Logan, will you at least watch the Monday night game? I mean, if the Seahawks beat the Eagles, you're in first place. Don't ask Logan Ryan. He's not as excited. And then Tuesday night on NBC, the Ravens game, which was originally for Thanksgiving, then pushed to Sunday, now Tuesday, will be played on NBC. All right, so the Giants, they're ascending while the Jets are, well, Hey, Sam Darnold was back. Is that good? Oh, man, maybe not. We'll see. He's got a bum thumb, injured in practice this week. Careful holding the play chart, sir. Ryan Fitzpatrick on to face his former team. Not the Rams or the Bengals or the Bills. It's the Jets. complete to Devontae Parker, or was it? It would be reviewed. They say it's a catch, one of his 8 for 119. I don't know, is that enough of a football move? Y'all can be the refs at home if you want. They say it's a catch. And 4 plays later on 3rd and 8, Fitzmagic looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got it. Ashton Davis, the rookie out of Cal, was in good position, but just couldn't knock it away. So the Dolphins have the first touchdown of the game and a 10-3 lead and some sort of chicken dance by Gesicki. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I'll work on it for game day fun. 3rd quarter, Jets are down 10. By the way, Sam Darnold's back. That ailing shoulder, feeling better. Until this. Nick Needham. I'll take that, thank you. Dolphins take over from there. Let's hit the fast forward button onto the 4th, please. Thank you. Jets are still down 10. 4th and 1. Let's get creative. Here we go. Now let's run an 80-year-old up the middle. Frank Gore. Stopped by Roberts. And Brian Flores and his coaching staff has done such a remarkable job this year. Now Fitzmagic to Adam Shaheen for the 7-yard score. Fitzy, 24-39, 257, and a couple of touches. As for Sam Darnold, Xavier Howard, that's a league-best 7th pick. Dolphins, very much in playoff contention. By the way, it's still Tua's job. That's what Flores said after the game. If he gets healthy, they're fine. As for the Jets, 0-11. Can they join the 17 Browns and the 08 Lions in the 0-16 category? Their 5 remaining opponents are all in playoff contention. So it's going to be very, very interesting over the last 5 weeks. Here's the good news, Jets fans. You are number 1 when it comes to the draft order. Something you haven't been after a season since 96 when you took Keyshawn. By the way, interesting there, the Cowboys, Eagles, Washington, they're all in the top 8 of the draft at this point, and they all could end up winning the NFC